Hey everyone. So, we are going to do something a little bit different today, cover somebody I've never covered before, but before we get into that, disclaimer. I do cuss in my videos. This is not a kid-friendly channel. This is all about some drama. So, if there's little ones around, just, do something else for now. Come back later. I'd love to have you here. With the disclaimer out of the way. Like I said, this is going to be different. This is going to be someone I never even thought I would ever talk about because I didn't think they were coming back. Most of you know, Sanders Kennedy came back. Sanders Kennedy is another drama channel who was really, really freaking big, had been on YouTube for a long time, talked about many different things, but he was canceled. And let's talk about that. So when all of this stuff, all of Shane Dawson's history and past actions were coming into question, Sanders started growing quite a bit. He was making tons of videos about it, back to back to back. He reported that there was in fact a police investigation going on into Shane Dawson for things to do with children. We'll just say that. I don't really feel comfortable, but children's stuff, inappropriate children's stuff. And turns out, funny enough, there was no actual investigation. And even funnier than that, it turns out that Sanders was the one who tried to get there to be an investigation. Like, he calls up the police and he's like, hey, this big ass YouTuber guy is, there's these rumors and all, you should totes check into that. And okay, thanks, bye. And then goes on to get on his channel and be like, Shane Dawson's under investigation, and if you're a victim, hit me up. I'll hook you up with the number to call somebody. Like, it was a lot. Okay, and I'm not even sure that I remember it all, but I just know it was a lot. So Sanders did come back on. Excuse me. Every time I get on camera, just every time. So I think I don't know how long he was gone. There was a little time in between where he just kind of like, oh shit, and then he came back on trying to, I don't even know what his defense was. I don't remember. I know he made a video. It was explaining what happened, but it really wasn't. Maybe I should have looked that up before I started recording. I'm not good at this, am I? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Anyway, it didn't make much of a difference. People were not happy, and understandably, anytime, like, no matter what your thoughts and feelings are on what Shane has said and done in his past, anytime that something is going on over here, like this has happened and he's being held accountable for this, and someone off in the distance makes up a load of shit, it takes away from what's really going on. And also, these were very, very serious allegations. And while what Shane did, that, we can see on video that he has said and done, is very serious, not in the same way. Okay? So yeah, Sanders, people were like, oh no, this is not it. And my personal opinion, since we're here to talk about our personal opinions, I'm just going to give it. Right before all this happened, I felt like Sanders had gotten so full of himself. And especially because I can't remember the prices of his Patreon tiers, but like, they were hella high, and one of them was like, you spend the day with me, and it's like, really? I don't know. It was a lot of stuff, but he seemed very, like, his head just blew up at that time, and I didn't like it. I was like, I don't watch this shit anymore. And I liked Sanders at one time. I remember liking him, and I had stayed subscribed, I think. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, so he came back. he came back. It's been 8 months and he is back. And do I fault him for coming back? Like, no. It, you know, you've got a big head. You made a huge mistake, obviously. But obviously he was held accountable, and I don't think that, he has no right to come back. I mean, you can't expect to do, like, really good now. Like, you fucked up. But, if he wants to come back, make videos, whatever. Hopefully, of course, he's not doing anything like that again. And then, go back to your regular stuff, But the reason we're here is because when he came back, his video back, I just got done watching it, and I just had some thoughts, and I wanted to see what you guys thought. What did you think of Sanders originally? Do you remember the scandal? What did you think about it? And what do you think about him being back? I would love to talk to you guys about this one, because to me, it's just like, what? Yeah, I don't know. Like, though, when it happened, it was like, and then it was like, oh, that's what happened. Ooh. Then he left, and it was like, yeah, makes sense. And then now he's back, and I'm like, but I don't like what you're saying, though. And it's not just what he's saying, it's what he's not saying. So Sanders comes on, and first thing he talks about is like how he doesn't have social media, and sometimes things happen for a reason, and he had taken that 8 months to be with his dad, who's very sick, and and I do like what he said about, sometimes things happen for a reason, and maybe this happened at this point in his life so that he could be there for his dad and focus on him. And I think that's a great way to look at it, and I'm glad that he had that time with his father, and I think that's wonderful. So no fault there, no criticism there. But then he goes on to talk about like how he would check in every once in a while and see what was being said and done. It was all the same people and all the same drama, and I agree there. It really was for the longest time. It was always the same people. It was always the same drama. And then he gets into talking about how he's missed his outlet, and he talks about the like 200 and some thousand, I could be wrong, but like all the people he had gained while covering all the Shane stuff and making all these videos back to back to back. And he's like, but the core people, well, that's not how he words it, but basically the core audience, people that have been there since day one, his shady Navy family, that I can't remember if he says he feels like they looked at it like this or that they should have. I'm not really sure on that part. But basically that they looked at it as, well, we've known what Sanders has been all about. We've been there since day one, so we know who he is and how he is. And then when that thing happened, that little scandal there, that they should have. And like I said, I don't know if he actually used the word should have, because that would kind of make it a little shitty, right? Like, y'all should have known. I don't know if that's how he worded it, but it was something along the lines of that they would have looked at it and been like, oh, well, this isn't like Sanders. Maybe we should look into it, because this ain't what he's been doing. This ain't what he's been about. Almost implying that it wasn't what it was, and that, like, I don't care about all those other people who didn't know me. They didn't really know who I was, but the people, y'all, the ones that knew me, y'all knew, right? Y'all looked into that, right? That's not like me. I would never. Like, that's what I took away from this. Like, I would never do the thing that I did. How could you think that? No, some people thought that, but y'all couldn't think that, right? And that's where I was like, I don't know about this video, man. Because, like I said, it just seemed like he was implying, like, that they should know him better. But he did what he did. Like, there's no, it wasn't a misunderstanding or a miscommunication. He did what he did. He called the police up, and then he came online and was like, yeah, there's an investigation. Like, he made it happen. That's it. Oh, Lord. So, I can't remember what else he had talked about in between. Lord, I should have taken notes, because now I can't remember. Sounds like a me problem, huh? Oh. What? Oh, now that I've said that, now I'm going blank. Hang in there with me for a second, okay? Actually, you know what? Time out. I'm going to pause it and see if I can go... Hang tight. We are back and I now remember. So, okay. So he goes on to talking about being threatened online, because he's constantly talking about like how terrible social media is and how he doesn't have it, doesn't want it back. He's not coming back to social media, but he is coming back to YouTube. He does plan on coming back to YouTube because that's his outlet and he wants that back, and he loves all his subscribers. All right, now that we're back on track, he does talk about that there were messages from people with his family members' names and Google pictures of, like, you know, their houses, and basically saying, get off the internet or we're going to ruin them. And the way he was talking about it, then he gets like sarcastic about it, and he was like, yeah, my favorite thing about social media. And I'm like, and he's like smiling and laughing. I'm like, really? Like, if that, and this my opinion, if that happened to me, I wouldn't be talking about it in a lighthearted way. Like, I don't care how many months it's been, I would never. For real. Like, I would not. And so that kind of made me like, really? Like, if you were going to talk about it, be serious about it, because that's a very serious thing. And it just made it, but like, I don't want that in my life. Like, almost like the toxicity of the internet, but using something so serious. I don't know. It threw me a little. I'd love to hear what you guys thought about that. If you've seen this and you know the situation, let me know. Did that stick out to you? Because it definitely like made me go, what? And so he goes on to talk about how because he keeps somewhat making it seem like he's going to address the scandal in which he was in. And he's like, well, I think it's important not to over-explain things, and, you know, you explain it once, and then you throw your hands up, and you just keep living, and I've just been living my life, and that's what I'm going to do, but YouTube's my life too, and I'm going to do that too. And, like, yeah, I get it, but at the same time, like, if he's implying that he explained it before in that one video way back then, and then he can just come back now and be like, well, I explained it. I told you what was happening. No, you didn't, because you lied. Like, let's just be real. He lied. He never took accountability for what he did. And he's never once told Shane, like, I'm sorry. You know, is Shane a great person? No, but did he deserve to have someone say these things about him and imply that it was so serious that there was an investigation going on? No. So I believe that before he can just come back and do his thing, he should have to apologize, and he should really have to own up to what he did. And I was waiting, and he just breezed on past it. You explain it, you throw your hands up, you're done. And I'm like, why, what, why? He even goes on, sorry, this was almost comical, he starts talking about how he used to make all these videos about YouTubers' apology videos, right? And he's like, you know, oh, they got a hat on, they don't have a hat on. Talking about how he would criticize each and everything about him, and that it became more about their actions in the video versus the apology itself, which I do agree to an extent. However, it doesn't have to be that way. The problem, if you've watched so many apologies, as many of us I'm sure have, I definitely have, the problem with pretty much all the apologies that have been known to be bad is that they avoid the main topic, the main thing they're supposed to be apologizing for, and then they give a bunch of excuses and they fake cry, whatever. He mentions that. Like, You knew that. So why not? Just a thought, an idea, a suggestion. Why not just come on and say, I've been off the internet for 8 months. I made a terrible mistake. I had gotten kind of greedy. I was growing and I thought, I needed something bigger. I needed a bigger story. So I said these things about Shane Dawson. And then I took it upon myself to call the police officers, talk to them, and then I came on and reported about it. And it was wrong, Hey, Shane Dawson, I'm sorry that I did this. Hey, subscribers, the ones that I'm telling you, I love you. I'm sorry that I, tricked you, not tricked, but sorry that I lied. I'm sorry that I made you lose trust in me, and I hope to earn that back. And now I'm back, and I'm going to work really hard. And if it takes time, then it takes time. But I do want to be here. I do love what I'm doing, and I do need an outlet. That's it. How hard would that have been to make that the video? Sanders at the beginning talks about, he's been doing this. He was the first one to really do this beauty guru drama. He's been around so long and been doing this so long, then he should know. Him of all people should know. This is what we criticize these other big YouTubers for. Because they dance around it, they avoid it, and they never actually stand up and say, this is what I did and I am sorry. That's all anybody in every situation ever asked for. And he just basically was like, well, if I made an apology video, it wouldn't be good enough. Because no apology video ever is. That was his point in bringing that up. And it was just, his whole video to me was like, yeah, I'm not really gonna, I'm not gonna say I'm sorry. I'd really not like to talk about this, so I'm just gonna say, I explained it back then, and I'm moving on. Hands up. Hands up. I've been gone for 8 months. Hands up. I don't have to deal with this anymore. And it's kind of fucked up. I didn't really like it. I felt like I said, it could have been as simple as just saying the truth. And from there, never doing it again. Pretty easy not to do what he did. And then work hard in your content. I don't know, it'd be interesting to see where this goes, but I just wanted to talk about it. I really, like I said, I'm very interested to see what you guys think about it, and like I said, tell me what your original opinion was of him then throughout the scandal and now with him coming back. Do you think he should have handled it differently? Do you think he's doing the right thing? Also, do you think he has been, how do I word this? Do you think he, by being off of the internet for 8 months, that was enough to say he's been held accountable for what he did? Or do you still feel that he needs to address it and apologize? Because I feel like he needs to address and apologize in order to move forward, but maybe it was enough just to be off the internet for that long. So let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear it, love to talk to you. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.